Let's see the Straddle L. This could be considered a more advanced version of an L sit, or could be considered the first progression to learn the straddle to handstand. This position will be very useful if you want to improve your flares, if you want to learn press to handstands, if you want to learn straddle to handstands, if you want to learn flare to 90s, or also if you want to just improve your mobility, your hip flexors and core strength. If you need more help for your breaking or your power moves, I offer different coaching plans on my Patreon, and I also have created different power moves guides on my Ko-fi page about the windmill, the flare, the swipe and the air flare. Check out my Patreon and my Ko-fi, links in the description. So the first thing for a Straddle L is having a good pancake stretching flexibility. You should be able at least to lay with your elbows on the floor and to relax in this position. If you feel too tense in this position here and you struggle staying here for a long time, you should stretch more. If you can go deeper than that, the Straddle L will be way easier for you. If this is your limit, I really recommend you stretching a little bit further and try to go a little bit deeper. Maybe trying to go kind of like this. The more flexible you are, the easier the Straddle L will get. But for the Straddle L, you don't only need flexibility, you also need core strength and hip flexor strength. How to build this strength? The L-sit is the perfect exercise. L-sit is very good to learn flares, but also it could be the first progression for many other movements like the V-sit, the mana, the Straddle L, the press to handstand, and many more. So make sure you're able to hold an L-sit for at least 10 seconds, this position here. If you struggle holding the L-sit for 10 seconds, work on the L-sit first and then come back to the Straddle L. I also recommend this variation of the L-sit, just a regular L-sit but with your legs wide, in this way here. And also here, hold it for 10 seconds. After this progression of the L-sit, the next one would be the half Straddle L. So, one arm is in the same position as the L-sit, the other arm is in the middle of your legs here. And from here, you lift your feet up and you stay for 10 seconds at least. And you do it also on the other side. Same thing, try to hold it at least 10 seconds here. These are the basics. There are some more exercises that you can try to do and practice to improve your mobility and strength even more for the Straddle L. This is an example, staying here in this position and kicking your legs up, bending, kicking up, bending, kicking up, bending. Or another one is this one here, straddle lifts. These two exercises are very good for the hips flexors. After you get all these basic exercises, you can start practicing the Straddle L. The first approach is with the roll. It's very easy because you use the momentum to try to lift yourself up and you don't have to hold the position. At first, it could look something like this. From here, you roll forward, you open your legs and you lift yourself up just for one brief moment. You don't need to open your legs crazy wide. If you are more flexible and you can open more, way better. But if you lack of flexibility, the important thing is that you open your legs enough to have space to place your hands. You can do, for example, 10 repetitions of this exercise, like this. 1, 2, and so on, okay? After this, you can try the same, but with a little bit less momentum. So you have to rely a little bit more on the strength and a little bit less on the momentum. Instead of starting from here, you can start a little bit more forward, so from here, and you do the same thing. Maybe you try to do it a little bit slower and more controlled. So from here, push up and lift. Then you go until here, push up and lift. Also use the shoulders, okay? So push also like this with the shoulders. Once you got these two exercises down, you can try from this position, place your hands on the floor. I like to place my hands in the same direction as my legs. So kind of like in a 45 degrees angle, or if I open my legs more, a little bit more than that. But many people use to place their hands straight. This is up to you. How do you feel more comfortable? You place your hands, maybe you can use a little bit of momentum, a little bit of swing at first, and lift, and then go down again. Lift and go back. In this way, you're gonna get ready for the Straddle L, and when if you're ready, try to maintain the position a little bit longer. At first, just 1 second, then 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and slowly and gradually more and more. Let's try only 1 second now from here. Hold and get up and go down. Hold and go down. Hold and go down. So basically you learn the move very gradually and you make sure your body is ready for this move in this way by practicing all these steps. Once you can do this last exercise, you can just try to hold the position as long as you want. And maybe you can do different sets of your maximum hold. Keep in mind that the more you improve your pancake flexibility and your split, the easier the straddle L will get. So even if you can do the straddle L, I still recommend working a lot on your flexibility to improve even more. Okay, if you are already very flexible, if you can do splits already, if your pancake is very good, maybe you don't need that. But if your flexibility is pretty average, normal, I really recommend you consistently working on your flexibility together with the straddle L. If you need more help for your breaking, make sure to check out my Patreon page for coaching or check out my Ko-fi page for power move guides. And see you next time with a new tutorial. Yo ninjas!